Hello, I'm Zeos Pantera, the host of In Fetish, and you have no idea how long I just spent with these IEMs. Not because they needed like a full assessment of like an hour and 20 minutes, because I wanted to sort out my IEM tip case, and I had to take every IEM that I had over there and then make little Dunu cases are now my travel cases because I've got like every type that I actually like to use. So I can just grab one of these and go into a show or something. So that took way too long. And while waiting and listening, I was assessing the Tin C3. Because Tin needs to make more IEMs that are like $60. And here are the tips, ironically, that they come with. I took them out of the bag because I needed to steal the Ziploc bag because they were very specific, thicker walled, small Dakoni tips that I've never seen before. So I put them in a separate bag. Whatever. Point is, lots of tips, very generic. I tried my render tips on these first. Wasn't sold. It was a fitment issue. And then I switched to these, which are the little box-shaped Dunu SS tips. And those worked really well. It's in there now. And I'm coming off the Questal 15, and I'm just jamming to what is we are currently listening to the Cincinnati Pops Mezepa Opera Cossack Dance. So there you go. And it just things are just playing. And this is a perfectly acceptable IM. It is $59. It doesn't blow my socks off. Like, it was a perfect opportunity to, like, all right, let me sort through my tips. So I have now large are all up here, small or medium are here because I take two different sizes, usually medium. I don't know what else to say about this IM. It's one of those, like, if it's going to fade into the background as like a 7. It's a solid 7. You could probably get a more exciting IM. I like my JoJo's more to do a little self-promotion as far as sound and impact and delivery, but there's nothing wrong with these. They're not reinventing the game. Like the Tin T2 we all went from like, and please, I don't remember the entire landscape of IEMs back when I started doing IEMs in like 2015, 2016. What was before the Tin T2 that was like universally loved? Because I don't remember. There was a monoprice IM I had that was like $23 because that's when I thought $23 was a good IM. So then back to this cost $60. It's like, in 2015 times. I mean, it's got a good bass impact listening to it's Cincinnati Pops. So it's a boom, boom, big kick drums. Like, it does nothing wrong. This is one of the harder IMs to review because if it's not blatantly a fucking mess, it's like, what do you say about it? What do you say about a C+ average student who's average height and average sport capability? And, like, how do you promote that child? It's like, hey, look, he should go to college because he is good attendance. I mean, he has normal absences for being sick, but like, it's so hard because you can't just shit at him like, oh, he's a delinquent. He knocked up half the school and he killed his mom. All right. Not available to our college. And he's not valedictorian, straight A's, 1600 on the SATs, and also can run the 100-meter in 13 seconds. There's nothing about these that like screams, oh, everyone needs to own them, which is fine. That's what this channel is all about. That's why I make all the videos available for free to my patrons. Because if you were waiting and waiting for 3 days to get another IM, and then you got this one, you're going to be like, oh, well, that wasn't worth the wait. So if you don't want to wait, check out my Patreon and Subscribe Star. For free, you can access all the not yet released IM videos. Big channel videos, those are behind the paywall for $5. These, you can just go look at it. And be like, all right, check that out now. Check this out. Okay, there's a 9, there's a 10, there's a... I can't even give it like a lower number, like a 6. It's a 7. It's very pretty. Real carbon fiber on the outside. It does take a standard flush mount 2-pin, so if you wanted to go with a balance cable, you could. But you're not going to want to, because this is a nice cable. I got my extra long 1/4 to 3.5 millimeter. Like, look at this. Look at how nice this machined metal is with the knurling around it. It's got the little extension in case you got to pop it in through a case. It's a 4-wire silver weave. It's beautiful. This on a $60 cable would have blown minds 5 years ago. How fucking well this is constructed. And that's the thing. This channel, one of the reasons I started this In Fetish channel versus putting them on the main channel is because how the hell do you get through enough IMs on the main channel when you got to do every fucking thing else on the planet Earth? But also, I feel like this changes more. 5 years ago, a headphone or an amp, probably still relevant. Rebel amp, still relevant to this day. Some of the good hyphens have all changed out. But, like, there's a couple on this wall that are 5 years old that's like, yeah, of course. A fucking course, all the ZMFs are still relevant after 5 years. But IEMs, there's such a huge turnover so fast that it's like, Tin T2s are the only one. Tin T2 DLC are better than these, and they're $50, not $59, or are they $55? I forget that the prices change wildly. It's just, I don't know. They're not doing anything. They're 7. There were 7 IM. I did have the issue with my render tips where it's a kind of an odd shape. It's a little bit flatter here. It doesn't stick out, and this isn't sticking out as far. So when I put the render tip on, it seated real far back, and I was having a hard time getting it to fit in my right ear. Left ear was fine. Yeah, it's fine. It's absolutely fine. It's perfectly fine. It's a 100% acceptable IM. I would recommend like 4 other things besides this. Let's plug it into the tube amp and see if it explodes. TA84, linked in the description. Like that waifu, she's fine. But I'm not going to put a sticker on a piece of equipment. It's a fine waifu. Actually, it's got a little bit more bass womp. Yeah, it has like a graininess to it that was there more with the render tips or any foam tips for that matter versus the nice soft silicone. Soft silicone sort of hides the flaws. And we're at a point now where IMs with flaws aren't acceptable because, like, again, I'm not going to suck on my own dick too hard because I think YouTube would get upset by that. And then I had to move to another platform where I could do that all the time and make money. But JoJo is like $50 and fucking kills these. And there's other $50 IMs that fucking kill these. Get the Critical Reds. And as much as I'm not a huge fan of the way they like the actual frequency response on those, they're better IMs. And then you swap tips to like the render tips, which again, dick, mouth. And then they become fun. And it's like, well, there's so many options. There's actually so many options, I can't fucking remember them anymore. I never, like, kept a big spreadsheet. My friend Chuck's always tried to tell me, keep a spreadsheet of everything. And I haven't, because I'm like, I'll remember it. I don't. I just know and I'm thinking if you're looking at spending $60 on an IM, you could probably stretch it up to $80, and then you have, like, a world of options. The Shanling Sono, it's just kills everything. Jesus Christ, there's so many options I can't pay attention to this anymore. Anyway, Kirby Mousepad. Kirby Mousepad is really cute. If it's on Amazon, I'll link it again. But it's not on Amazon, oh well. And, that's a weird song. It's getting weird. I love me a nice big single dynamic, too. 10 millimeter, let me at least tell you what it is. It's a 10 millimeter dynamic driver with a PU plus ultra dash linear LCP composite diaphragm coil. I can tell. Like, I feel like the competition at like every price bracket is so violent. Like, why are we bothering? I understand you have a $500 IM versus a $500 IM. You got to put all these different tax in it. You got to put other, like, those are $500, and you have like the $1,500 ones where it's even more like competitive. But at $50, it's just like, it's an IM. Here you go. Is it work? Yeah. Am I gonna pull this out if I have a party in my house? Here's a good metric. When Zeos has a party, and occasionally people do show up that maybe aren't into audio or are into audio, and they're like, Zeos, you got to show me something special. It would never be these. It would never be these. Get the Mech Warriors. The Mech Warriors were even, what was the C2 Mech Warriors? Those were even cheaper, and I like them more, sound-wise. So yeah, we're done. Okay. Waifu thing. Patreon, subscribe star. See reviews. See other IM reviews for free. See other reviews behind a $5 paywall. Support this channel on Patreon and subscribe star. I'll link to all the things, and then I'm just gonna move on. I'm just gonna move on, right? Kirby got spots on him. Kirby didn't catch a disease from eating all that shit.